more things change, the more they stay the same. Boundaries shift, new players step in, but power always finds a place to rest its head.
What up guys, this is EXG Hellraider, bringing you a gameplay on the map Frost with the FHR 40. The FHR 40 reminds me of a P90 from other Call of Duties in looks, but in fire rate and usability and use, it reminds me kind of like the Scorpion or the Vesper. It's a really high fire rate, pretty much a vertical recoil, so it's pretty easy to control, but it's not really meant for more than like close to medium range. This weapon is an interesting weapon. Depending on what variant you're using and what variant you have equipped, kind of changes the playstyle of this weapon in my opinion. If you have the common variant with counterbalance, I think it's called, it comes with half a foregrip and then you stack another foregrip on top of that. You can basically make this weapon pretty accurate out from medium range or outside medium range and be able to compete with some assault rifles because of how fast this weapon fires. If you use the nuclear variant, which I can't remember what it's exactly called at the moment, but it has the steady bonus where your hip fire accuracy is more accurate. If you're running that, you can destroy people at range with hip fire. This gun is amazingly, in that specific variant, is amazingly accurate with hip fire and allows you to spray and pray up close, especially when you're caught off guard or surprised. If you're running the Windfall, which is the epic one you get from the mission teams, it comes with Invigorate and Stockpile. Invigorate lets you get some health back on every kill, and Stockpile lets you have more ammo in the magazine. Now, if you stack that Stockpile perk with the extended mags, you end up having about 75 rounds in the Windfall magazine, which is pretty much like light machine gun level. It's kind of ridiculous, but it allows you to get to like 4 or 5 kills without having to reload and or spraying and praying your face off trying to get the kills that you want. With that said, there's 2 ways to run this weapon, depending the map, and I only suggest this first way on small maps like Frontier, like Frost, maybe Mayday on top of that. You can, depending what variant you're using, you want to use suppression, extended mags, and foregrip. If you have the Windfall, you don't need extended mags. You can definitely put on a laser sight to help your laser or your hip fire accuracy out. If you're running the counterbalance, I would just suggest keeping extended mags, foregrip, and silencer, giving you the extra accuracy when it counts, aiming down sights, and the extra bullets down in the magazine because you're going to be spraying a lot, and this thing is like a bullet hose. So you just run through bullets like it's no one's business. As for specialists, I suggest like the aggressive or kind of stealthy specialists, like Synaptic with the Equalizer, the Rewind, Combat Burst, and Rushdown, Rushdown. And FTL with FTL Jump, Phase Shift, being able to get around an enemy without them seeing you is something immensely nice. Being able to escape a situation and come out alive is also great. FTL Jump to cover the distance to give you the actual range you need to compete in a battle. The Phantom Rig with the active camo. Active camo is honestly really strong right now. If you activate active camo, you can't even tell if the person is standing in front of you. There's really no tell to when there's an active camo user nearby. It's really hard to figure it out unless you've seen them active camo. But nonetheless, it is a really great perk to get through a choke point or flank an area without anybody seeing you. Another one I could run, I would suggest running with the Windfall especially, is Merc with Infusion. Infusion and the Windfall let your health regen at a pretty ridiculous rate, so you can kind of keep pushing through a gunfight and keep pushing through the enemy team, especially after you've taken a few hits. It's a little ridiculous, plus some reactive armor doesn't help, or isn't a bad thing either. One last one that I would suggest, but not as like a top tier choice, Warfighter, Overdrive, and Ping. With the use of Overdrive, you get it like 2 or 3 times a match, depending on how good you are and how relevant you are in the match. And with Overdrive, you can pretty much whip around and use your movement and your ability to move around the enemy so much better that they can't follow you and pick up 2 or 3 kills in a crazy situation. Also with Ping, you shoot somebody, you kill them, the ping releases, you can see other enemies through walls and around corners and things, which is kind of nice on the mini-map. As for perks, perks are pretty much going to be the same way regardless of what map you're playing on and what variant you're using. You're going to use Ghost, stay off the mini-map, even if you're using, especially if you're using the loud version, and even if you're using a suppressor. You're going to use Dexterity with most versions of this gun because you will be reloading by how much you're spraying with it. If you're using the Windfall with the extended mags, where you have 75 rounds, you might not need Dexterity because that should be 4 or 5 kills per magazine, and you should have enough time to reload between you killing 4 or 5 people. And your middle perk is obviously going to be Scavenger because of how many bullets you're just shooting out of this thing. This thing is a bullet hose. Do not be surprised if you catch yourself running out of ammo or having no ammo at all if you're not using Scavenger. And for the last perk, it's kind of a toss-up. You can run Dead Silence if you're rushing. You can run Hardwired to stay off the other like specialist abilities and like concussion grenades and stuff that would crazily slow you down. It all depends on what you're playing and what game mode you're playing. But I hope these tips help you out. I hope this gameplay is showing you what the FHR can do now with the new update that's been in, with the extra aim assist that it has. If you guys enjoy the gameplay or enjoy the commentary, please let me know down below. If you want to see a specific weapon or a specific weapon class you want me to try, please leave it in the comments. I'll be checking them. I'll reply frequently. If you guys haven't, check out the team channel. We've recently partnered up with an MLG team, MLG Buzzkill. Check them out in the description also. And as for now, this is your boy Hellraider, signing off. Fuck with me. Dude, I outplayed some motherfuckers in this map. Like, they should have killed me 3 or 4 times. Outplayed them. You gotta use them wall runs, man. Them wall runs to your advantage. It ain't no P90, and it ain't no Weevil. And it's not quite the Vesper, but it'll do. New directives.